Do you know what age your mother or father was when they had you?
Oh yeah, my mama, she had me when she was a senior in high school. My daddy, he was 19. So yeah, I kind of like, we kind of grew up together. And my dad, like, he was in and out. He was in and out because he was in jail. But he, even in the midst of him being in jail, he still took care of me through a cell. He was heavy in my life. I can't say that, you know what I'm saying, my daddy wasn't in my life. He was just a real dude, and he did the best he could. So he was in my life as well. Even in him being behind bars, he still put situations together where I was well taken care of.
So you were birthed to teen parents.
Yeah, most definitely.
Do you have any kids yourself?
I got one son.
Were you a teen parent?
Oh, nah. I had mine later on. I had mine like recently. I just had my first one just recently. Just had my first one recently.
Care to share what age you are now?
Uh,
Or when you had your child?
I was let's say I was in my mid 20s. When I had my child mid 20s, I had my child mid 20s. I'm close. I'm in my mid 20s, so it's like 20, 24. Yeah, 24.
So was that something you were conscious of because you were birthed to teen parents? You didn't want to be a teen parent yourself, or is that just what life brought you? A child when you were in your mid-20s?
I ain't gonna lie. That's just what life brought me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I had like, nigga gonna do a lot of how you gonna have like, you gonna do a lot of fucking, having sex and shit. Like I had encounters, but like I said, but this one was like, I guess it just came about. So I mean, me being who I am, I handle my business and take care of my responsibilities. So yeah, we cool.
Care to share the age of your first child?
No, I try to keep him. I try to disclose him, keep him out of the way. I kind of like keep him separate from what I'm doing. So I just kind of I'm very protective of him, because it's like from my situations and me coming up and what I was being exposed to, I try to be very protective of my child.
Now, another recording artist named Cordae is expecting his first baby with Naomi Osaka.
Okay, dig that.
Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, so generally speaking here, but if he's listening or watching this interview right now, anything you would say to a first-time father?
Man, shit. You learn as you go. You learn from your experiences as you growing up, and you kind of like, where your people went wrong yet. It depends on how you grew up. Like I said, my folks was in the streets, so it's kind of like my mentality and everything kind of different. So it depends on you and your parents and how you grew up, your background and your upbringing. But most importantly, just look at where your folks, where they went wrong at, and you try to try to do your best to correct that. And man, you gonna take that shit day by day, cause each and every day you still learn. You ain't never just, damn, I'm used to this shit. Probably when you lay down the road, have some more kids, but your first one, you learning as you go. You just go off your experience growing up and what, what I'm saying, you put two and two together and you do your thing with it.
Anything else in regards to having a first child?
Oh shit, man. Like I said, it's consistently as you go, cause like it put me back in my mind frame with me, cause I'm my people, my parent first child, so it kind of put me in a mind frame of how the things not understanding made me realize the shit that they went through having me. So I take that into analysis when I'm doing what I'm doing with mine, and I be like, man, you become more appreciative of your parents, and you take that shit and you just you try to be the best you could be for young, for real.
Any other words on having kid number one?
Oh shit. Life is like anything. You gonna make some mistakes, but it's like you gotta learn from your mistakes, and you gotta continue. You gotta continue to be the best parents you can be possibly for yours, cause it be different folks in different situations. But it mean like everybody, for the most part, I believe, motherfuckers want to do the best they can for theirs. So I feel like, yeah, that's how I look at this shit. Like, you gonna make mistakes, it is what it is. You just learn from your mistakes and you correct them. This your first time doing anything, shit. You ain't gonna be perfect. Even though we all wanna be perfect and perfectionists and shit. You just learn as you go.
And just for transparency, do you know Cordae personally or Naomi Osaka?
I've never met them. I ain't never met them. But like I said, I know I'm very well aware who they are. I'm very well aware who they are. So my most definitely congratulations on your baby. And my shit, take this shit day by day. You feel me? Like, cause each and every day gonna bring a surprise with it. Shit, it's your first one. You feel me?
And also for further transparency, do you know Boosie Badass personally?
I don't know Boosie Badass, but I know my shit growing up. Music stuck with me. I could tell his music in a different phase of his life at that point in time. Like you feel me? You can tell at the different stages, and I could tell we was in that at that stage before he went in when he was thugging for real. So all that right there, them boosted from all the way from growing up to that point, all that shit, nigga play all that shit and it stick with me and that shit stick with a nigga. I still play that shit, so I fuck with that boost. Like as you say, as you get older and shit, I'm learning shit as a nigga get older. You go through, you be on different, you elevate and be on different shit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, I can understand it, I can understand and respect it. That's just life. But at that point in time, that music that he made, that shit, man, not only just me, but man, shit. I know that my whole city down there. That's why we fuck with him so tough. And he can move, you know what I'm saying? Cause the music, you could tell it was real authentic from the heart. And you could tell, nigga tell you, you listen to that shit and go through what you go through, your everyday situation. You can relate to that shit, so I fuck with it.
You ever cried to a Boosie song before?
Nah, I ain't cried to that shit, but I can feel, some of them I can feel it like, shit, he make songs to his mama, he talk about mine. I feel that shit, like his mama T-Lady, called T-Lady and shit, I remember, yeah. And just growing up, him and that brother, like I said, it was just me and my brother. One bedroom, one bed, sleeping on the couch, brother pissing on your leg, you hear me, service sandwich. Me and my little brother, if I remember, we had service sandwiches and shit, like, my life ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my father had street money, it was cool when we had street money, like when we ain't had street money during the time, so a nigga had to struggle. So in the midst of me struggling, I can go back some of that shit, I can relate to that shit. I fuck with it.